Hi everyone, my name is Kendall Rawls and I'm Director of Development with the Rawls Group. Today I am filling in for Dr. Merlot for the Succession MD Dear Dr. Merlot series. If you're wondering who this Dr. Merlot is, click on the Meet Dr. Merlot link below. The focus of today's Dear Dr. Merlot is how do the opinions of others apply to governance? This question comes straight out of Lloyd Rawls' book, Family Business Heartburn Relief, Answers to Gut-Grinding Family Business Questions. For this episode, I'm going to share Lloyd's thoughts from Family Business Heartburn Relief and also provide some personal perspective. Before jumping into the answer that Lloyd has in Family Business Heartburn Relief, I wanted to first focus on what is governance. So governance is a set of policies, procedures, boundaries to create guidelines for how the family interacts with the business and how the business interacts with the family. And a big question we often get is who should have family governance policies? I'm not a traditionally family-owned business, so do I need to focus on that? And what our general answer to that question is yes. If you're an entrepreneurial owned business and you have the potential for one day having family involved, or one day having a friend interested in the business, or one day having a friend of a friend interested in the business, governance policies are right for you. Essentially, what we believe is agreements preclude disagreements. And so if there are governance policies set in place that it outlines how a family member or a friend or anyone that you are relationally close to that may have some emotional ties and that, maybe looking for a gimme, these governance policies set the guidelines in terms of who can be considered for employment in the business. What are the performance expectations for an employee in the business? There's governance policies that also focuses on perks and extended benefits and decision-making. There's a litany of different types of governance policies, and you can find more information about these governance policies on our website on the Family Governance page. So now to jump into answering the question, how do the opinions of others apply to governance? And yes, I am reading this because it's an expert from a book. So let's go to the book. Control is a fact. Governance is perception. Control is power. Governance is an art form, a process for making others feel like they are contributing to the decision-making process. You cannot have effective, harmonious governance in a family business unless you solicit and at least play the game of considering the opinions of family members and key managers who have an ownership interest or have paid their dues, earned your respect, or are working hard to earn your respect. If you want to rule, don't worry about the opinion of family and key managers. If you want to govern, ask questions and prepare to listen. So some thoughts. As a leader of your family's business, you set the tone. Your behavior acts as role model behavior for how everyone treats each other. So your role model behavior will either create the tone that will either attract or repel great talent. And good talent is essential for building and sustaining a successful business. It will also either nurture creativity and problem solving and teamwork, or it will create an environment of, I'm going to look out for myself. So there are many examples out there for leaders. There are really good leaders who inspire and motivate people to be the best that they can, and oftentimes allow people to achieve more than they ever thought that they could. And then there are bad leaders out there. Bad leaders, they do get compliance and they keep people in quote unquote line. However, there's nothing really blooming in that environment. So what I ask you is, what do you want to create? You have the power to motivate and inspire. And listening to understand is an extremely powerful tool. It creates more win-win-win environments. And it's also why we have 2 ears and 1 mouth. Now back to reading the answer to the question, how do opinions of others apply to governance from Family Business Heartburn Relief? So that being said, allow me to reflect upon the obvious. It is safe to assume that you are not the burning bush, the all-knowing source of wisdom and everything right. Fact is, you are mortal like the rest of us and prone to error, mistakes, misjudgment, and even revolting stupidity. Your goals are probably like mine. Make more right decisions than wrong ones, fall forward. Regardless of how cute those goals may sound, as you well know, falling hurts. Running a business without a net is a bitch. Consequently, if Dr. Merlot would say, don't be an egocentric, blunt object, consider other opinions before you make an important decision. Perspectives for me. And again, I'm going to go back to what a really great coach kept asking me one day is, what do you want to create? You can rule with an iron fist and you will get compliance for a period of time. Your people will find different ways to rebel, and trust me, compliance won't last for long. You'll likely lead to an environment of conflict. Or you can govern. You can resource the opinions of others, ask for help, resource an experienced family business advisor. You are really great at building the company that you have, but you also are in an environment where there could be some emotionally charged discussions, especially if you're dealing with blood family, your kids or nieces and nephews, or or even a partner that you've just grown really close to, and they're wanting family to come into the business. It creates a very complex environment. So resource help. And this help can help shepherd you through managing all the different expectations and navigate the balance of a win-win-win. As you listen to understand, you can create choice and options for people. You can also create an environment where you influence and guide, and this creates a culture of trust and respect. Do you have a question you want answered by an expert? Feel free to reach out at the email addresses listed on the screen. Continue listening to the series now or come back for more. Each topic featured may want you to learn something new. Do you have a question you want answered by an expert? Feel free to reach out at the email address listed on the screen. Continue listening to the series now or come back for more. Each topic featured may want you to learn something new.